outside. Today is day 8 and we have 8 tips for you and a bunch of gift ideas. It's bonus day! If you like this content, click the like button, subscribe to my channel, click the bell, and share this with your friends. I'm outside. It's -10, but that's okay. It's a beautiful day. So tip number 1. You've got a bunch of tips now if you've been watching my videos. And that's great. We're putting them in your toolbox. That's great. But if you just leave them in the toolbox and don't do anything with them, they're not going to help you. So what you need to do is you need to start incorporating those tips into your life so that they become an automatic reflex whenever you're faced with stress, with challenge, with problem, with difficult people, with difficult emotions, with a world that's running out of control, with things happening that you just absolutely are not happy with devastation in your life. Life throws you a curve and boom, you're like, what am I going to do? You have to implement these tips. You have to make them a part of your normal living self. It has to become an automatic reflex. So how do you do that? Well, it takes 21 days to build a new habit of doing it every day. So start with 3 tips if you can. Choose 3 tips, the ones you need the most, and do one of them every morning for 21 days, do one every afternoon for 21 days, and do one every evening for 21 days. Then, by week 2, you should see, by the end of week 2, you should start to feel that this is an automatic reflex. But for 21 days, make a conscious effort to practice these tips every single day. If you're starting to feel comfortable, then around the end of week 2, you could add in another tip or 2. And that way, you're always adding new tips into the mix. So you're continuing your practice. And by day 21, hopefully you should feel that the tips that you did for 21 days are automatic. The birds are singing. We still have birds even though it's winter. If you don't feel that they're automatic yet, keep doing them. And if 3 tips a day is too much, choose 2 or choose 1, depending on how busy you are in your situation and all the responsibilities you have on your plate. But this is how you get these tips to become an automatic part of who you are and how you react, so that your toolbox is actually inside of you and working for you. Because sitting outside in a YouTube video or in an ebook, it's not going to help you if you don't practice them and implement them and make them part of your life so that you live them automatically without thinking. Tip number 2, practice gratitude. Gratitude is a very powerful way to adjust your mindset and to change the chemistry of your body so that you're calmer, you're happier, and you're less stressed. And I'm going to give you a very simple example. I have here a tree, and it's a beautiful tree. And I look at it and I just say, I am so grateful to have these trees in my environment. And there's a bird singing. I'm sure you can't hear it, but there's a bird talking to another bird. It's so amazing to hear bird sounds. And as you can tell, I'm dressed by the way I'm dressed. I'm living in a cold climate at the moment. I live in the frozen north of Canada. It's -10 Celsius, but I love winter. I am so grateful for winter, and I'll tell you a couple of reasons why. One reason is because when we have a snowstorm, the world is so incredibly quiet because the snow blankets all the sounds, and it's falling from the sky so you can't see far, and it just feels like you're walking in this amazing quiet wonderland, like the whole world is asleep and you're the only one that gets to be there. It's an amazing feeling. And when we have colder days like this that are sunny, we have beautiful sunshine all day long. Yes, it's cold, but the sunshine is amazing. And the sun reflecting off the snow, the world is so bright. It's almost like living in a glass or crystal palace. And those are just two of the reasons why I love winter. There are many more. So find things in your life to be grateful about. I'm so grateful that I get to do these YouTube videos, and I really hope that my content's helping you, because that's my goal. And I'm so grateful that I have some subscribers. So I'm so grateful to all you as well, my audience. So if you can find 1 to 3 things every day that you're grateful for, then, and just express the gratitude, say it out loud, feel what it feels like, take a deep breath after each expression of gratitude, and really just live it. And you will start to feel a change in your internal emotional state, and it will calm down, and you will really start to appreciate the beauty of life around us and the beauty of our relationships, and you'll really start to appreciate the good people and the good things in your life. Tip number 3 are self-affirmations. And I like to do this when I go visit my tree. I have 2 trees that I visit almost every day, or when I go for a walk, or if I sit and meditate, or when I find a beautiful place in nature and I just want to pause for a few minutes and do some self-affirmations. So some of my self-affirmations are like this: I am whole. And I'll just do deep breathing and repeat that a few times. I am whole. I am complete. I am good enough. I am a good person. I am loved, and I can love. These are some examples, but things to positively build up yourself and to shut down that negative self-talk that we all have going on in our heads. And we don't even realize it a lot of the time. So every time you start to feel that negative self-talk going on in your head, put a pause on it and just say some positive message to yourself. Say it out loud in a slow, calm voice, and breathe deeply after each time you say it. And that is going to cut the negative self-talk. And if you'd like to have, and this is a bonus tip, there is a book called The Untethered Soul, which is all about how to cut that negative self-talk. So if you'd like to read more on this subject, I've put a link to that book in the description below, and check it out. Now let's go inside, because we're going to talk about some words. Words have a very powerful impact on who we are and how we feel about ourselves and how we relate to people. So let's go inside for more of the tips and more of the gift ideas. Useful, inexpensive gift ideas. Siri, talk to me. Hey Siri, talk to me. Define creativity.
Creativity means the use of imagination or original ideas to create something. Inventiveness.
Thank you. This is a little shaker egg, and it has a nice, gentle sound. Creativity. So the ability to create things, inventiveness. Why is creativity important? Because when we're in a tough situation, our creativity will help us figure out unusual, helpful ways to get out of it. But, if you're stressed, if you're anxious, if you're tense, if you're irritated, you can't access your creativity because, whoops, another instrument I'm going to play in a minute, because all of your energy is going to just dealing with whatever that emotion is. So in order to access your creativity, you need to use the tips I've been giving you and the tips that are still going to come, so that you can calm yourself down, get yourself into a relaxed state, and then you can start to think creatively to find positive solutions to your problems and ways to solve them in a positive way that doesn't hurt other people, doesn't hurt you, and doesn't create more negativity or more frustration, but instead creates more positivity. So creativity is very important. Hey Siri, talk to me. Talk to me. Define adaptability.
Adaptability means the quality of being able to adjust to new conditions.
We're moving up the noise scale in terms of shakers that I have. I can do it with my left hand too. This is a shaky banana. It's lots of fun as well. It's adaptability, the ability to adapt to different circumstances, the ability to adapt to change. So why is adaptability so important? Because when life throws you a curve, if you can adapt, then you can find a way to navigate the curve without falling off the road or sliding down the mountain or having a catastrophe. So creativity and adaptability work together. If you can be creative in your thinking, you will be more adaptable, and it will help you live all those difficult moments in your life in a better, more positive way. Hey Siri, hey, Siri, talk to me. Define courage.
Courage means the ability to do something that frightens one. Bravery.
Now we're going to go to a noisier one. Here we go. Too much fun here. Is it possible to have too much fun? Let me know in the comments below. Is it really possible to have too much fun? Could too much fun be bad for you? Let me know. I want to hear what you got to say. Da 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 da. So, the third word. Let me check my notes. I've forgotten what the third word is. Here we go. The third word for today is courage. Courage is the ability to do things that you're afraid of doing, despite the fact that you're afraid. Courage is an act. It's a decision. It's not, oh, he's a courageous person, she's a courageous person. No, it's because they made the decision to act courageously despite the fact that they were afraid. Courage is a muscle. Actually, all of these tips I've been teaching you, they're muscles. You work them, you get better at them, they get bigger, they get stronger. So you have to work all these emotional muscles in order to build them into your body, in order to take your toolbox out of the box and into yourself. And I'm going to give you an example of something that caused me to not become a professional musician. I am terrified of performing alone. I am terrified of auditions. So when I was a kid, I played the flute very seriously. And when I was a teenager, I practiced for hours a day because I loved it. And I got really good. And my music teacher was telling me that I should consider a career as a professional musician. In the end, I didn't, because I was too terrified. Well, there's other reasons, but one of the reasons was because I was too terrified of going to the auditions I would have to go to in order to start playing with professional organizations. And that's really sad. And that is something actually that I regret to this day, because I really wanted to be a professional musician. So I have been doing these silly musical performance challenges. I've been doing them to entertain you, to help you laugh, to help you smile, to lift your spirits. I've also been doing them because I'm practicing my courage muscle. I have never in my entire life sung in public without a microphone. I have sung in public, but always with a microphone, and most of the time in duets with a partner. I play performances, but I play in a band. So performing alone, it's extremely rare. In fact, I'd have to really think hard to think if I've ever done it. Very rare. Because it terrifies me to this day. It terrifies me. And here I am putting all this stuff out on YouTube. And let me tell you, every single time when I attach that little section into my video editing program and finish it off and upload it to YouTube, I'm going, I can't believe I'm putting that out for the world to see how bad I am. And yesterday's performance on the practice chanter was really bad. I can play much better than that, but it's because I was trying to figure out a tune by ear that I've never played before and never seen the sheet music before on an instrument that's a little bit oddball compared to your normal kind of, orchestra instruments. Working that courage muscle, you have to do it by putting yourself in situations where you are afraid and just doing it anyway. Or another way we say it is get out of your comfort zone, because that's how you build your courage muscle. That's how you build your confidence muscle. That's how you help build your emotional toolbox. Hey, Siri, talk to me. Talk to me. Define resilience.
The capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, toughness. Do you want to hear the remaining one?
Yes. Here, tell me the rest.
The ability of a substance or object to spring back into shape, elasticity.
Oh, thank you, Siri. That's great. Okay. Resiliency is the ability, it's similar to adaptability, but it's a little bit different. So it's the ability to just cope with situations and get through them. Resiliency is what's going to happen if you take all these tips and you start practicing them, building up the muscles, working them into who you are as a person. You will then become resilient. And when life throws you a curve, you just bounce right back, or you find another way, or you sit back and you ponder for a minute and you don't make rash decisions. So resiliency, that is one of the goals of this whole 12 days, besides of having fun. Remember my question to you for today? And I got another question to ask you at the end. What was it? Do you remember? Is it possible to have too much fun? Is it bad for you to have too much fun? What do you think? I know what I think. Tell me what you think. Hey, Siri, talk to me. Define respect.
As a noun, it means a feeling of deep admiration for someone or something elicited by their abilities, qualities, or achievements. Do you want to hear the next one?
Yes. Give us the next one.
As a noun, it means due regard for the feelings, wishes, or rights of others.
Oh, thank you, Siri. That's great. All right. I'm going to go back to a quiet instrument now. Oh, no, we're going to do two. Let's do two. Respect. So Siri told us what respect is. We all want to be respected. We all want other people to look at us with respect, especially the people we're close to. And there are people in our lives that we respect, and we hope that, these people will continue to maintain that relationship where we feel that we respect them. So respect is really important. And if you add all these tools into your toolbox and you integrate them into how you function every day, people are going to look at you with a new respect. It's going to build your rapport of respect with other people. So that's another side benefit of all this work. There's no musical performance challenge today because we integrated it. Isn't that a nice sound? Into the video. We already looked at one gift idea, which was the book called The Untethered Soul, when I was outside talking to you. Now I have another gift idea for you. This is actually my mother's cookbook, The Joy of Cooking. Look how clean it is. The pages are falling out because it's so old, but it's very clean. And when I was a young adult, she was still alive. She was still using her cookbook, so I bought myself one. It's much dirtier. The only thing I can say is the pages aren't falling out. This is your encyclopedia of cooking with 915 pages, and it covers everything. So my mother, she didn't know how to cook. When she arrived in North America, she didn't know how to cook, and she taught herself from this book how to cook, because not only does it give you a recipe, it also tells you why you need to do it the way you're doing it. It gives you substitutions, and it also tells you you can modify this, but don't modify this. Do it exactly this way, do it approximately this way, and it gives you so many variations on recipes. So it is a powerhouse of cooking information with an incredibly diverse number of recipes on everything, including even game meat. So if you know somebody who likes to cook, this is the Encyclopedia of Cooking, and it makes a great gift. And the link is in the description below. There's another book that I really enjoyed reading called Quiet, and it's about the power of introverts, the power that introverted people bring to the world. I read it, and it was really helpful for me to read that book. And it would be helpful for introverts and extroverts to read, because it helps you understand introverts who are a little bit maybe different kind of person. So the link to that book is also in the video description below. And finally, these are laundry balls. They're wool laundry balls from True Earth. See, look at that. It's just wool. It's just a softball wool. 4 of them. And what you do is you put these 4 balls in your dryer. See, I have 4. They just sit in my dryer, and they come in this nice little cloth bag, linen bag. So they just sit in my dryer, and every time I dry clothes, what happens is, first of all, they warm up. So as they move around, they're increasing the heat transfer. So they increase the efficiency of your dryer. They absorb moisture from the clothes. So once again, they're increasing the drying rate of your clothes. So they decrease the drying time. And thirdly, as they all bounce around, all 4 of them, and I can't juggle, I'm not ready to try that on YouTube yet. They bounce around, and they make the clothes open up, and so the clothes don't stick together, so you don't need to use those static cling sheets, which are really bad for the environment. So I have discovered in my dryer, it takes about 45 to 55 minutes to dry thick towels, and it takes about 30 to 35 minutes to dry just regular clothes. So with these balls, now my regular clothes are drying in 20 to 25 minutes, and my towels are drying in 35 minutes. So I'm saving 15 to 25, 30% in drying time. So that means I'm saving electricity, and you would be saving on whatever is the power source for your dryer. So they are truly wonderful. These have been sitting in my dryer now for 4 months. I expect them to last for years, so it's a small investment for a great saving on your drying time, and you don't need to use those static cling sheets anymore. And if you want to know more about that, I have a video on our waste crisis that we're in. So those are the 4 bonus gift ideas for you for this holiday season. So I hope everybody enjoyed the video. I hope you have a smile. I hope you have a laugh. I hope you're building your toolbox. I hope these tips are helping you. And be safe, be well, stay home, follow the rules of your public health region, because we are in a pandemic and we all want to see more Christmases together. I hope to see you in the next video, so don't get sick, don't break a leg or anything else. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate the fact that you guys are watching and commenting and telling me what you think. Happy holidays. Bye.